Headphones. We basically couldn't imagine life without them. Being able to hear our favorite music, songs, or even just our desktop with an easy insert of an audio jack or Bluetooth. Or both sometimes, in some cases with some headphones. But, unfortunately, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I say unfortunately because of these. These are I think it was $5 or $10 at Walmart. Now that's a really good price for Bluetooth headphones. These are just Bluetooth headphones, which makes sense. I mean, a corded and Bluetooth headphone would cost a lot more, but it would still be in the reasonably affordable range. These are some of the cheapest headphones I have ever had the privilege of wearing. In fact, a pair of $5 headphones that I got about 7 years ago still work, even though the pads that go on your ears are falling apart. They still work really well, and they still feel really nice too. These, they feel cheap. Yeah. When the headphones feel cheap when you put them in your ears, that's when you know you're gonna have a bad time. And then, oh boy, the latency on these, oh my god, it is horrible. I mean, I was testing these with multiple videos. I didn't notice any problems on some videos, but other videos, jeez, it was like input lag. Like part of like I have watched these videos. I tested these on some videos that I've watched basically enough times to know where the sound is supposed to be, and so that way I could give these a fair judgment. And compared to even the other pair of $5 corded headphones, these have a lot of lag. I don't know. It's like sound lag. What even is that? I don't even know. That's just something I made up. No, I've never used that before. When I originally touched the end of the earphone right there, I knew I was in for a bad time, and that was just out of the box. The plastic felt so cheap, I thought I was going to break it while holding it gently. Oh, when these things click together, oh my god. You're worried that they're going to break. It sounds so much like they're going to break. And the sound, like I said, the sound quality out of these, boy. Okay, okay. Now what's that one thing? That one thing that all Bluetooth headphone manufacturers do? I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. The one thing that basically every headphone, Bluetooth headphones specifically, does is put an annoying stock or some random employee's voice saying power on, power off, calling mode, something else. Usually it's a nice soft voice and it's not very jarring. But these, oh boy, they didn't care. That is so jarring. You basically get scared when you turn these things on. Oh yeah, and you know what I find really funny? These things are advertised as being retractable. I have a real pair of retractable headphones, and as you can see, there's nothing there. Just plastic. Other side, just plastic. The retractableness that they're talking about, that that little piece of plastic right there. You're supposed to adjust it up to like here, and then it holds them on the bottom. But that's not retractable. That's not retractable. I mean that's manually you can do that, but what what okay, these are a $5 $10 pair of headphones, sorry. No, I paid $5 for these. I'll be honest, I paid $5 for these, but seriously, you couldn't find a $5 dual retractable mechanism? Are you kidding me? You can find, those things, those things that you put on the card holders for like work, the retractable things. Those you can get those at the dollar store, or wait, no, Five and Below, I believe. So you're telling me that you couldn't find a dollar mechanism for something that costs like $6? Are you kidding me? It would have been easy to put one of those in here. I mean, you would have had to chunk these guys up a little bit, but other than that, that would have been easy. You could have easily done that, but you chose not to. Why? Because you wanted to make these as cheaply as possible. And the buttons, oh, the buttons. They feel awful. It's almost like you can't click them at all. Oh yeah, and also I'm gonna hold these. Oh my god, that was the earphones clicking. I'm gonna click one of these buttons and let you hear it. I'm not holding that anywhere near the phone. I'm not. It's that loud. The other buttons are like that too. Oh yeah, and also, if you look at this thing, you'll notice something. Did you notice it yet? Okay, I'll tell you. This thing only has 3 buttons. 3. Most headphones have, let me see here, my best pair of Bluetooth and wired headphones has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it actually has 6 buttons on it, but it needs that many because look at this, they've reduced it to 3. What? Oh yeah, and the instruction manual for these. Oh yeah. By the way, there's no dedicated on button. You have to hold that button right there to turn it on. But that's not the problem. I had to look in the instruction manual just to figure out how to turn this thing on. Oh my god, you've got to be kidding me. You have to look in the instruction manual to figure out how to turn these things on? I was pressing all the buttons trying to turn these things on. Oh yeah, and what really got me is I charged these all night. Surprisingly, they've actually held up so far. But then again, I have been turning them on and off, so. Oh, these things are very tinny as well. And what I mean by that is they sound very much like vibrating tin. These are very cheap. Even the rubber thing right here that you're supposed to put around your neck feels cheap. I don't know how you're supposed to wear these things either. They don't really feel comfortable around your neck, and if you try to wear them around your head, they'll fall off, so. Uh, every piece on this thing just feels so cheap that it's going to fall apart. In fact, when I touched the insert that goes in your ear, I was like, these must be the cheapest ones they could possibly get. I thought these would be retractable, but no, they aren't. The instruction manual is really small, by the way. For comparison, it's about the size of this, but like that. Yeah, it's that small. Oh yeah, and by the way, this thing looks like it's only 2 pages long. You have one side, which is the cover, and then the back side shows you all the instructions. No, this thing, this thing is counting the cover. This thing is 8 pages long, counting the cover. 7 if you don't count the cover. That's a lot of instructions. You shouldn't need that many. I mean, sure, I can understand that for a device that has at least 4 buttons, but this thing has 3. How did you? How? I just. These headphones I cannot recommend. They don't sound good. The audio lags in places, and it just doesn't sound right. And you know that it shouldn't sound like that, but it does. It's basically if you took all the sounds in the world and delayed them by like up to 5 seconds. In retrospect, this is how long 5 seconds is. Well, you know what? I'm going to reduce that to 2.5 seconds. So let's say, just to be sure, 2 seconds. Do you know how long that is? I will show you right now by being completely silent for 2 seconds. Now. And that was 2.5 seconds. Yeah. Pretty long time, isn't it? When multiple tracks are supposed to be playing at once, you'll hear other tracks playing when they're not supposed to. That's what I'm talking about. I cannot imagine what listening to a song like Cuba Bayona, Bayon would sound like on these headphones. It would probably sound like a garbaged up mess. I simply cannot, I cannot, in good conscience, tell you to buy these headphones. If you do, they're at Walmart, and they're like $5 to $10 usually. That's how much I got them for, just for this review. They're cheap, but I guess they do what they're supposed to do. They're headphones. Oh yeah, and by the way, with other headphones, you can usually basically block out all sounds around you if they're a really good pair of headphones. But with these, you basically hear everything. Sure, I can hear some things outside of the headphones with the other Sony pair that I got for $5 with a t-shirt that I got. But they're still good. They're still really good. This is my first day having them. My first day turning them on. That's right. All of this has happened. All of this has been tested in nearly not even a day. I simply cannot recommend buying these headphones. If you do and do a review on it, you may be stuck with them. And you may not. And you probably won't like these. But if it's for laughs, I don't know. For now, that's it.